What's going on, YouTube? Got a question for you. Do you like worrying that your Corvette is going to randomly lock up its column lock and leave you stranded somewhere? Or even better, when you go to reverse out of a parking spot, you go over 2 miles an hour and a column lock shuts you off because it feels like that's too fast and makes it look like you stall because you don't know how to drive stick? Well, if you like those things, you should probably turn the video off now. I don't like those things, so I'm going to install the Dr. Don's column lock simulator and hopefully rid that problem once and for all. Let's get started. So the kit comes with this cigarette lighter plug thing that if your column lock is locked, it will help you unlock it. I don't have the problem with that yet, so I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to put the key in, make sure that it's actually unlocked before I start tearing apart the dash to hook up the simulator. So I'm going to attempt to get this column lock to stop in the open position. So when I put the key in and I turn it on, you can hear the column lock open up, so I can turn the wheel. So now, if you turn the key off, pull it out, you can hear it activate. And then once you try to turn the wheel, it locks it. So what I'm going to do, and if this doesn't work, I'll go through the this method to open it up. But I'm going to open the column lock. Now I'm going to disconnect the battery. Hopefully, that will save me a little trouble down the road here. Now, I am assuming when I take the key out, that column lock is not going to lock itself back because there's no electricity, right? Voila. Now we're good to go. First, I've got to remove the trunk release and the fog lamp switch. Now, I'm going to unplug it, and really what it's doing is giving me access to these screws behind there. I remove this, whatever it is, and undo the screw there. Now the dashboard knee pad has 2 screws that's holding it into place. We'll remove those. Now, when you crawl under the dash, you find a black, green, orange, and purple connector. This is the connector for the column lock. So we are going to undo this and then plug in our simulator. So now we have the column lock simulator installed, but not yet put anywhere safe and secure, because we're going to test and make sure before we go any farther. We'll probably like mount it up there on that piece of metal there, but pretty easy pleasy. Let's give it a test. I'm going to hook up the battery again. Now let's see what happens. No more noise from the column lock, so that's a good sign. We'll have to do some tests and make sure that that pull key and wait 10 seconds light isn't coming on, because that's really, really annoying. Gotta put it back together. What are you doing back there? What are you... Okay, so we have the simulator secured into place where it's not going to rattle, and now we're going to put everything back together. Now prepare for this column knee pad thing to be a pain in the butt to get back on, because you have to be sure to pull your trunk release and fog light button out. And then you have this, which is your temperature sensor for your AC and stuff. I think mine was broken. It didn't fit in there real well, but I got it to line up, and now it's in place, and I'm about to screw this down. But it was still a pain in the butt. Something to keep in mind. What's going on, YouTube? Got a question for you. Do you like worrying that your Corvette is going to randomly lock up its column lock and leave you stranded somewhere? Or even better, when you go to reverse out of a parking spot, you go over 2 miles an hour and a column lock shuts you off because it feels like that's too fast and makes it look like you stall because you don't know how to drive stick? Well, if you like those things, you should probably turn the video off now. I don't like those things, so I'm going to install the Dr. Don's column lock simulator and hopefully rid that problem once and for all. Let's get started. Randomly, there should be no more worrying about having to pull the key and wait 10 seconds so it could do whatever it needs to do so you can drive again, and it makes it look like you stalled in the parking lot. So now go out and drive your Corvette with confidence.